And we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Matt to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What is up, folks? Hope y'all having a great day today. If you're listening in the car on the way to work, please be careful. Wear your seatbelt. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving holiday. It was a good weekend for me. I was off work all week, so I had like a little mini vacation. It was awesome. And now I got to go back to work tomorrow. So it was a nice little time off. I enjoyed it, and I get to do the same thing for Christmas. I'm taking a week off for Christmas as well. And today's podcast, speaking of Christmas, is going to be about how to prepare for the holiday or Christmas season, and how, because I realized I was a little late on the Thanksgiving podcast. So I actually recorded the Thanksgiving podcast before Thanksgiving, but I realized when it went live on my podcasting platforms, it's a week late. So I apologize if y'all listening on Spotify or Apple for the Thanksgiving podcast. I realized it was a week late. But to get ahead of that this time, we're going to do the Christmas one early. So we're doing it this week. So it'll a lot. Today is, what's today? Today is December 1st. So this will go live next Monday, not tomorrow, but next Monday. Let me guess. That's December 9th, I believe. Yeah, December 9th, this will go live. So we'll be way ahead. Plenty of time to prepare for the Christmas holiday. So that's what's up. I wanted to update y'all on the cold plunging journey. I told y'all to keep y'all updated. So each week I'll just give y'all a little snippet of what's going on. So I've still been doing it. I've been doing it in the mornings during the week. Now, Saturday, I had my long run. So instead of doing it in the morning before the run, I actually waited and did it after my run on Saturday because I knew I was going for a very long run and I was going to be sore and I needed to do it afterwards. And it was also like 33 degrees that morning. So I didn't want to get in the cold plunge and then turn around and go run in the cold weather because then my body wouldn't be able to like heat up properly. So I didn't think that was the best idea. So I saved it for afterwards. But other than that, I've been doing it in the morning and it's getting easier and easier. It's way easier now for me to get in there and do it than it was when I first started. I don't regret it. I mean, not regret it. I don't, what's the word? It's not hard for me to get in no more because I know what to expect. My body's starting to get used to the cold and it's getting easier. I'm starting to sit in there for 5 minutes now instead of 3. So I started at 3. I still have the temperature at 50 degrees. And my body's definitely getting used to that. So I'm going to start working that down, but I'm going to wait. I want to give it like 30 days, and then I'm going to start bumping it down like one degree at a time to make it colder. But with that being said, the past 2 or 3 days, it's been extremely cold. Like it's been down in the 30s and 40s where I'm at. So with that being said, it's actually made my water colder because my cold plunge is outside. It's on my back porch. So it's actually been a little colder than 50 degrees the past 2 days when I got in it. And honestly, like it didn't really feel that much colder. Like yesterday or this morning when I got in, I think it was down to 46 degrees, like 45, 46. And when I got in, it really didn't feel any colder. So it really wasn't that much like harder to get in it. And maybe it was just because I'm getting used to the cold, but yeah, it wasn't much different, honestly. But Saturday, after I did my long run, as soon as I got home, I got in it and I stayed in it for 5 minutes, so no longer than I've been doing, 5 minutes. It was a little bit colder because it was 33 degrees that day. So I think the water was a little colder that day. So I don't know if it was a combination of the water being colder and me running in the cold or what. But when I got out, I could not get warm. Like my body would not heat back up. Like when I say I had the shivers, like I was shivering very, very bad. And I know that every other time I get out of the ice bath, I shiver. Like that's just like your natural body, your body's natural way of heating itself back up. Like you shiver. Your body is trying to heat its body temperature back up. And that's normal. Like that happens pretty much every time. But for some reason, Saturday, this time, I couldn't heat back up. Like I was shivering very, very bad. Like it was almost like a little concerning there for a minute. So after like I put on a sweatshirt, sweatpants, and I even went and got her in the covers to try to heat myself up. And I couldn't get heated up back up for some reason. So finally I just said screw it and I got in the shower. So I got in a hot shower and like immediately as soon as I got in the shower, the shivering stopped. Like it went away because my body heated up. But I didn't want to get in the shower. Like you want to let your body heat up naturally. You don't want to get out the ice bath and then hop in the shower. It kind of defeats the purpose. You want to be able to let your body heat itself back up. And that's what I normally do. But for some reason this day, like I kind of got a little scared. I ain't gonna lie. So I went ahead and just got in anyways because I couldn't. Like I was shivering very very bad, and I had warm clothes on. I was under the covers, and I couldn't stop. Like I couldn't even talk. That's how bad. Like my jaw was shivering, and I couldn't even talk. Like that's how bad it was. So I don't want to scare any of y'all away. I just want to let y'all know like what happened, just so y'all are aware if y'all try to do this too. But honestly, like it was probably my fault for getting in after I've been running in 33-degree weather, and then I immediately got in a cold plunge. Like probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, so it's probably my fault. But I don't know. But it hasn't done that since. Like I've gotten in the cold plunge since then, and I've been perfectly fine. Like it didn't do that again. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to do it for 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes. But oh well. That was my little story of the weekend. But I did run 15 miles on Saturday, so kudos to that. That's the longest I've ran since I've done my bodybuilding show. That's really like my first long run that I've done where I've really stretched it out. I feel good everywhere except for my left knee. I guess it's like the tendon behind my left knee, or maybe it's where like my muscle attaches to the bone or whatever. It's very very sore. Like it's definitely inflamed, and that's why I wanted to get in the ice bath. And I got in this morning again, and it actually felt better once I got out of the ice bath this morning. But yeah, my left knee is hurting a little bit. It's sore, so I didn't run today. I was supposed to run again today, but I didn't. So Monday is typically my off day for running. So I'm just going to run tomorrow on Monday instead of running today to kind of make that up. But yeah, I don't want to be stupid and run on my knee when it's already kind of injured, because I'm so far out now. There's no point in trying to like injure myself when I have all this time to prepare. So if I need to take a day off, I will. Like I'm not super stressed about it. It's just one day, and today was really only like a 30-minute short run, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's a little update about myself. So let's go ahead and hop into the main topic of the podcast today, and that's how to prepare for the holiday season or Christmas and New Year's, whatever you want to call it. And to be honest, this is going to be very similar to my Thanksgiving Day podcast that I did last week. It's going to be very similar because a lot of the same rules apply. Like it's a lot of it's the same. Some of it's slightly different, but it's pretty much the same stuff. I'm just going to reiterate it basically, but I think it's important because the holiday season is a very, very hard time for people to stick to their nutrition goals, especially, but also their fitness goals and stuff, because they get out of their normal routine. I know a lot of people are traveling during the holidays, so that's a big thing during the holidays is a lot of people travel. So you're probably going home to visit your family, or you have family coming to visit you, which gets you out of your routine. So there's a lot of different things going on during the holiday season, and I know that, and it is what it is. Like there's nothing you can do about it. But if you want to stick to your nutrition goals, stick to your fitness goals that you've been working on so hard, then there's ways to kind of better prepare for that. There's ways to kind of work around any like changes in your schedule, any changes in your routine, and it's definitely possible. Like I'll be the first to say it's definitely possible. Don't make no excuses. If you don't do it, that's on you. Like that's on yourself for not doing it. You're making excuses and you're not getting it done, because it can be done. I do it. A lot of other people do it. So don't even try to feel sorry for yourself. Say, oh, it's the holiday, I'll start January 1st. Nah, that's BS. If you ain't starting now, you ain't gonna do it January 1st either. Do it now. Like go ahead. Like if you listen to this podcast, then you're already one step ahead. Like you're already planning on working on yourself. And I know you are, because you listen to this podcast. If you wasn't trying to work on yourself, you wouldn't be listening to this right now. So I already know you're one of those people that you're wanting to stick to it. You want to work on yourself. You're trying to get fit, do all the things to get better and improve. So I know that's you. Shout out to all my podcast listeners. I know y'all are absolute G's out there. But yeah, y'all got this holiday season. I'm going to go ahead and hype y'all up right now. You can do it. I know you can do it. You just got to actually put in the work. Y'all got this. But yeah. So first step, what you want to do, obviously, and this pretty much goes for all holidays, you got to plan ahead. Without a plan, you're going to go overboard. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Simple as that. I love that little quote. I know it's such a simple quote, but it makes sense. Like it's true. If you fail to plan, you're basically planning to fail, period. So what are you going to do? You're going to plan your meals, even at your holiday parties. Yes, I said at your holiday parties. And it may not be like weighing everything out, planning exactly what you're going to eat, but you need to have a game plan going into these holiday meals before you go into it. Have a game plan. Know what you're going to do. Because if not, you're just going to say, screw it. I'll just eat whatever and I'll make it up later. Well, you're probably not going to make it up later. And once you overindulge in the calories, it's going to be hard to burn off all those calories. So plan ahead. Have a plan when you go into these big meals. And you can eat these meals. Like, you ain't got to like be so super strict to where you're not eating all the good Christmas foods. Because I want y'all to. I want you to enjoy yourself, eat the foods. You just got to do it the right way. You can't indulge in it. And you got to set out, like, you got to have the right intentions about it. So plan your meals. Well, one, y'all should be meal prepping anyways, the weeks before. But on the week of Christmas, when I know you're probably going to multiple Christmas parties, there's probably multiple families going on. I know my family, we have several different Christmas parties we got to go to because I have them on my mom's side, dad's side, in-laws, all that good stuff. I know y'all all the same way. So on that week, kind of plan ahead. Like, if you know what days you're going to the party, if not, kind of meal prep for the other days. So you're sticking to your regular routine. But have a game plan of how much you're going to allow yourself to eat. Stick to one plate if you can. Don't go back for a second. Stick to one plate. Put your protein on your plate first, then do your veggies second, then do your carbs third, and that's going to be probably the best way to go about it. Eat it in that same order. So eat your protein first, then eat your veggies, then eat your carbs. And this way you don't overindulge, because that protein is going to fill you up. It's going to make you full, and you're going to eat less calories this way. Sorry, it's a little blurry. There we go. Yeah. And then also with your workouts too. Schedule your workouts just like their appointments, like we always do. Set reminders on your phone. Put it on your calendar. Time block it out so that you know when you're going. Try to stick to your normal routine if you can. Like, if you're at home, stick to your normal workout routine if you can. I know, like I said, if you have people coming into town, or if you're out of town, this is something you're especially going to have to schedule. You're going to have to research, hey, wherever you're going, research closest gym to you. See if there's a gym you can go to. If not, know that ahead of time so you can do maybe a little at-home workout. Maybe you can do some push-ups, squats, jumping jacks, or you can go for a run. You can ride a bike, whatever that may be. Have a plan before you go. So look for gyms close to you. If not, try to do some kind of body weight exercises, workouts. Go for a run, something to that effect. Or if you're somewhere where you can go hiking, that's cool too. I love to hike. That's a good little workout. So if you're traveling up north, get you a nice little hike in the morning. And then of course just track this in your normal tracking, like in your app or in your journal, wherever you keep track of it at. So yeah, just plan ahead. You know what you got coming up. You're gonna know when your Christmas parties are ahead of time. You're gonna know pretty much what y'all are gonna have to eat, because everybody always makes the same meals every year. You already know it's gonna be the generic Christmas food that we always have. So know what you're gonna allow yourself to eat, how much of it you're gonna allow yourself to eat, and just kind of have a game plan before you go in of what you're gonna get. Because if you don't have a game plan, you're just gonna see everything that looks good and get it all and eat it all. So think about what you're gonna do ahead of time. So number 2, if you're one of those that you know you're gonna indulge and you can't help yourself, bring healthy options to these gatherings. So it's important because you can't always control what's served. Like, for the most part, this food's probably not going to be the most healthiest food for you. I know that's what makes it taste so good, and that's why we like to have it. I understand. I like to eat it too. But if you know you can't really, if it's going to be nothing good there for you, you may have to bring something for yourself. Like, bring a little meal, or bring your side or entree or whatever you're going to bring that's somewhat healthy. So you think of like protein packed dishes. So if you have to, you can do like some grilled chicken skewers. You could do like some hummus or something like this. Some healthy desserts. So a fruit salad, things like that. Some fruit, whatever you like that's somewhat healthy. Bring that. That way you know there's at least something that you can eat that's halfway decent. So bring something if you have to. I know that's not the case for everybody, and most places may already have something that's semi-healthy, and then you may not even need to do this. But if you have to, that's an option. Bring it with you. Number 3, Stay active daily. This is a given. We should be sticking to our normal workout routine. But even on our off days, go for a walk. Go for a little 30-minute walk. Super simple. Or what you can do is after each one of your meals, go for like a 10-minute walk after each meal. And this will help with your digestion. This is actually, they've actually done a lot of studies on this. It's actually very good for you to move your body after you've eaten a meal. It helps with digestion and things like that. So especially on these weeks when you're out of your normal routine and you may not be able to go to the gym, it's going to be good for you to get up, move around, go for a walk if you can, get outside after you eat your meals. Even on like on the holidays when you're at your parties, even go outside and walk around if you have to. Some examples of easy activities: going for a family walk after your Christmas dinner, play outside with the kids, like you know how kids they play tag or freeze or anything like that. Play with them, or you could even do a quick little at-home workout if you wanted to. So yeah, number 4, practice portion control. This one's going to be huge, especially when you're indulging in the good Christmas food. Because like I said, it's okay to eat the Christmas food. I know it's good. I'm going to eat some too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice my portion control, because you can overdo it. Like you can still have these foods and still meet your goals as long as it's within your calorie range, within reason. You don't want to like consume way too much. It's not about avoiding your favorite foods or your favorite treats, but it's about enjoying them in moderation. So that's a key. Enjoy them in moderation. Don't avoid them, because then if you try to avoid them, you're going to end up just indulging them anyways and you're going to overeat it. So what you can do to help portion control is use a smaller plate. I know this is like such a simple little thing and you probably don't think it really works, but it does. Use a smaller plate because you literally cannot fit any more food on it. Like it's smaller. You can't fit as much food. And this will help you eat less food. I mean, even if you went back for seconds, you're still going to eat less food, because normally you would go back to eat seconds anyways with the bigger plate. So if you eat a small plate and then you go back for seconds and get another small plate, well, you're still eating less food than you would have if you would have got 2 big plates. You know what I'm saying? So try a smaller plate. It's a little simple little hack, but it works. When you're going through the line, getting all your food, just get a little bit of everything. Don't get a lot. Like don't think, oh, this is my favorite thing, I'm gonna get a lot of this one. Just get a little bit of everything. Because what you will realize is once you get done eating a little bit of everything, you'll be more full than you realize, and you probably won't go back and get more. So just take a little bit of everything. Don't pile it up on your plate. And honestly, if you have the smaller plate, you probably won't be able to do that. Also, another little hack: slow down when you eat. So ways you can do this is put your fork down in between bites, or your knife, or whatever you're using, or take a sip of water in between bites. This will make you eat slower. Chew your food very, very good. Like chew it up all the way, then swallow. Don't just sit there and scarf it down. Don't eat it quick, because you'll eat more food this way. When you eat slow, your body will you'll get fuller quicker when you're eating slow. So try that out. So yeah, that's practice portion control. That's gonna be big when it comes to not overeating on these big holiday meals. I kind of already mentioned the next step, prioritizing your protein and your vegetables. So these foods are going to keep you full. They're going to give you energy. They're going to be the most healthy for you. So eat your meat first, then eat your veggies. That's a great way to kind of trick yourself into getting full faster, and that way you eat less. So start with your protein, like the turkey, chicken, fish, ham, whatever y'all have it at Christmas. I know people eat different things. So like I said, fill your plate up first with protein, fill it up second with veggies. And then this way there's less room on your plate for all the other stuff. There's less room for the junk food. And then eat it in that same order. Eat your protein first, eat your veggies next, and then eat whatever you have left, your carbs or whatever. Number 6, you want to stay hydrated. This is a given. It's easy. Sometimes I think we confuse hunger with thirst. Or we confuse thirst with hunger, whatever that, I don't know, however we say that. Sometimes when we think we're hungry, we're not actually hungry, we're just thirsty. So I challenge you, next time you're hungry, go get a full glass of water, drink it first, and then wait a few minutes, and then see if you're still hungry. Because a lot of times you'll find that when you drink that water, it'll kind of make your hunger go away, and you're not that hungry. So don't confuse thirst with hunger. Try the little hack of drinking water, and see if that works. And if you're still hungry, hey, then eat after that. You probably are hungry, and you should eat. A tip is before you eat any meal, drink a full glass of water before any meal, because one, it'll fill up your stomach. It'll make you have less room in your stomach, which will make you fuller quicker. It's a small little hack, but it does work a little bit. And you could try it in between meals as well. Just drink water. And honestly, you should be staying hydrated anyway. This is going to be very healthy for you. But keeping a water bottle with you at all times is going to help you eat less. I know it don't really sound like it would help you eat less, but it actually does. Your stomach has like sensors in it basically that tells you that it's getting bigger. Like it's expanding. So when it does that, it kind of triggers your brain, hey, I'm full. Like I'm not hungry anymore because it's expanded. So when you drink water, it kind of fills up your stomach. There you go. And it makes you feel like you're more full. So just try it out. It may only help you slightly, but hey, it's better than nothing. And number 7, this is probably the most important thing to me, and it's just focus on the fun of the Christmas holidays. Focus on what Christmas is about, and not just focusing on the food. So I know a lot of times I know all these holidays are based around food, like especially Thanksgiving. Like it's literally about a meal. Like everybody gets together to eat a meal. And I know on Christmas we kind of do the same thing. We get together and we eat. But focus on all the other things that goes along with Christmas. It's like, why is Christmas important? It's more than just eating. The holiday is not to get together to celebrate a meal with each other. So focus on like spending time with your family. You're probably seeing family that you haven't seen all year, or you may haven't seen in a while. Spend time with your kids. You know, most people are off of work during this time, so you have extra time to spend with family and do things like that. So I encourage you to focus more on that, on why we're celebrating Christmas, instead of just focusing on the meal or on the food. I know the meal is a big part of it. I understand that, but it's not all it's about. So focus on the other things, and it'll kind of take your mind off of what you're going to eat that day, or take your mind off all the food. So what can you focus on? You could like watch a Christmas movie with your family. Everybody likes Christmas movies. Shout out to the Christmas Story. That's one of the OGs. That's one of the best Christmas movies, in my opinion. I used to watch that every year when I was a kid. We used to always watch it as a family. You could do some like baking, decorating cookies and things like that. As long as you don't sit there and eat them all, you can do fun things like baking. I know a lot of people like to bake during the Christmas time. There's all kinds of little good baked goodies out there. And also during Christmas, you could do like some volunteering, helping someone in need. I know a lot of churches do a lot of giveaways and things for Christmas, and they help families in need. So that's great. Do some volunteering, give back if you can. These are all very, very important things to do that will go a long way and help, if you can, help someone else out, and it'll mean so much more to you than just indulging in food on Christmas. Like there's a lot more to the Christmas holiday than just opening presents and eating food. So take time to appreciate those little moments and laugh with your loved ones, because it's holidays like these that you won't forget, and you'll make memories forever. And I know a lot of people get to spend time with family that, like I said, you may not have seen all year, you haven't seen in a long time. So it's good when you can get together and spend some quality time with each other. So yeah, that's my little spiel on Christmas. Like I said, a lot of it's kind of reiterated from Thanksgiving. I spoke on these before last year. It's pretty self-explanatory things to do. I just know we all kind of get caught up in the rush of things, and we don't always put our nutrition first, especially Christmas, because you have New Year's right around the corner. So a lot of people slack off in December, a lot. Really, they slack off at like Thanksgiving, because you're coming up at the end of the year. You've probably given up on your goals. And if you haven't, you're like, well, we're going to be eating so much junk food, eating all this food Thanksgiving, then we're going to turn around and do it on Christmas. I'll just start on January 1st. I'll just start on New Year's. I'll get it right then. Well, we all know how that works. We all know how these New Year's resolutions work. By February 1st, you ain't doing that New Year's resolution no more. Probably not. Like 99% of people probably ain't doing it. So you might as well save yourself the time of saying, I'm going to wait till January 1st. If you don't do it now, like if you don't stick to it now, You ain't gonna do it January 1st either. So don't even try. Just. I mean, you may be one of those people that stick to it. I like to do New Year's resolutions for myself, and I've actually stuck with them the past like 2 years. I've done them. So it does happen. Some people do stick to it, but the majority of people don't. So go ahead, get ahead of the game. Like start now, and then when January 1st rolls around, you'll be 1 month in. You'll be ahead of the game. You'll be already in your routine. You'll be established, and you'll be rocking and rolling for 2025. You'll be ready to go. So it'll just make it that much easier. So yeah, I know Christmas can be hard because there is a lot of like sweets and nice food, and New Year's is right around the corner, and everybody just wants a fresh start. I get that. I understand you want a fresh start. You want to start new. But why wait? Why put it off? You've probably been putting that thing off for so long now. And now you're saying, I'm going to put it off to January 1st. So you're putting it off again. Well, January 1st is going to roll around. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to put it off again. So I encourage you to start it now. You can do it. I believe in you. It's not that hard. You just got to make some simple changes and be consistent over time. And you'll get there. So just stick to it. That's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting platforms. I'm on YouTube at the Fitness Beginner Podcast, so subscribe over there. I appreciate it. I put the video version of the podcast up over on YouTube, and I put some short clips out and stuff too, so y'all can check that out. Subscribe and leave a comment for me down there in the comments. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, I hope y'all have a great day. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, and I hope y'all have a great Christmas coming up. I know we'll have a few more episodes out before Christmas, but yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. I love Christmas time because I love seeing all the Christmas lights outside. Like I love when people decorate outside. Some people are very creative and they got some cool looking things. Unfortunately, I didn't get to decorate my house this year, but next year we're gonna do it. We're gonna put some lights up next year. We're gonna do it. But yeah, y'all have a great day. Peace, love, protein. We out.